What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to EP09. All right, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Welcome back to EP09 Bodybuilding. We're going to start this one off today with an update from Breon Ansley, announcing that he will be officially staying in the Classic Physique division. You know, it seems like Breon has gone back and forth on this decision to go from the 212 division to the Classic Physique division, not really making up his mind over the past number of months, it seems. Now, Breon making a post on his Instagram, he says, after a whole lot of thought, I have decided to compete at this year's Olympia in the Classic division. I know some of you might know I made the decision to compete in the 212 division this year. However, due to traveling, potential business opportunities, the process of preparing for the 212 got away from me. And at the same time, I didn't want to regret competing at the Olympia when I'm sharp mentally and physically. I feel great. Now, look, the fact of the matter is, Breon has had, I feel, substantial time to prepare for the 212, but he had some major hurdles in order for him to actually get to a point where he was competitive in 212. For me, the switch over to 212 made absolutely no sense at 45 years old. Staying in Classic is definitely the right move for Breon Ansley. I mean, look, the fact of the matter is, Breon just doesn't have the muscle to compete in bodybuilding. Now, in Classic, he is exactly where he needs to be. He's never had any problem from a size standpoint when it comes to Classic, especially from the back. Absolutely ridiculous back. I would say probably one of the best backs on that Olympia stage in 2024, where he finished 5th place, by the way. And you know, when you do watch Breon pose, any of his updates, the guy just is still posing like a Classic Physique guy. It's just in him, you know, it's not going to change. So staying in Classic, I absolutely agree with. Now, at the 14-week out mark from the Olympia, 14 weeks out or 13 half and a weeks out, regardless, to me, you guys, it looks like Breon is actually behind here. You know, he talked about how he was traveling, and from what I saw on his Instagram, looked like he was relaxing quite a bit more than I think some of his competition is at this point. But this does look like he's a little bit behind. Not to say that he couldn't dial in quickly, but I would like to see him a little bit further along than what I'm seeing here. Now, there's really no reason to doubt the fact that Breon Ansley could make it back into the 5th place position. I think maybe at best at the 2025 Mr. Olympia. He definitely deserves to be there without question. And I think that he does still have the physique, like I said, to make it back and around that 5th place spot. But can he go any higher than that at the Olympia? I mean, realistically, I think the answer is probably not. But, you know, he is enjoying himself clearly still at 45 years old. He still has the passion to compete, and he still does have the physique in order to make that first call out. But I want to know what you guys think about this current version of Breon Ansley, as well as I want to know what you guys think about his decision to stay in Classic Physique. You guys let me know what you think in the comments below. And we have the latest updates from Justin Shier at 5 weeks out of his return to the stage at the Tampa Pro. And you guys, this is someone that did dial in very quickly. This is absolutely ridiculous to think that he's still 5 weeks out. This guy is ready right now. Without a doubt, at this point, I think he could really just maintain where he's at, cruise into the show, and hopefully come out with another Olympia qualification. Last time doing the Olympia in 2024, taking 15th place, I think it really just came down to 1, size, and 2, conditioning. Didn't quite nail that conditioning on stage. You know, he was a little bit smooth on stage, but you can see at this point, even from what we saw at the Olympia last year, it looks like we're seeing more detail in the quads. I think I am seeing more arm separation from the front. The abs definitely look better. I think that they're definitely dialed in a lot better than what we saw last time at the Olympia. So from that perspective, definitely seeing improvements from Justin Shier. But when it comes to the overall size that Justin put on over the 2024 season into 2025, I'm not really seeing substantial size from Justin at this point. I'm really not seeing bigger arms. I'm not seeing more size in the quads, maybe a little bit more width from the back, but really that's only going to serve him so well when it comes to standing on a bodybuilding stage. I think Justin still needs more size in order to really be competitive. And I'm actually surprised that he's not substantially bigger. This guy got very very heavy in the offseason. It was nothing but triple XL shirts every single training session. I'm very surprised. I really thought that he would have more size than this. And, you know, Justin's someone that really prides himself on his training, you know, having that slow, controlled motion with the combination of heavy weight. I think it does serve him very well. But without a doubt, the balance is definitely there from top to bottom, and he is definitely one of the more aesthetic guys in the open division. The question now is, has Justin done enough to get another Olympia qualification in just 5 weeks? There are very few shows left to even get your Olympia qualification. So if Justin Shier is going to make it happen, I think that he needs to make sure that he takes home the win in either Tampa or in Texas. The only one that I know also doing Texas as of right now is Jordan Hutchinson, who is looking ridiculous. I'm actually going to cover him in an upcoming video. And I know Kareth Bajo is also making his open debut at the Texas Pro. But when it comes to Tampa, I do know that there's going to be some pretty stiff competition here for Justin Shier. So you guys let me know what you think about this current version of Justin Shier. And if he does make it back to the Olympia, do you think that he can improve on his placing of 15th in 2025? Now, talking about the Tampa Pro, Quint Beastwood is going to be the competitor that has something to say about who is going to be standing right in the center of that first call-out. Quint Beastwood dropping an update at 5 weeks out of the Tampa Pro, looking absolutely ridiculous. Now, this is a guy that I think you can see has improved from a size standpoint. I think he does have more quad sweep at this point, which is something that I wasn't really sure if he was even going to be able to bring up those quads substantially in order to really show that he does have good balance from top to bottom. Always very, very impressive in the upper body. But at this point, I think we are seeing that roundness in the quads that really gives him that balance mixed with that aesthetic look that he really has. You guys, this could be the best version of Quint Beastwood on a bodybuilding stage that we have ever seen. Quint Beastwood approaching this prep basically from the stance of keeping up that training intensity, maintaining that fullness, and really sticking to the plan and not overcomplicating things when it comes to his prep, which is exactly what he needed after a fairly complicated prep with Matt Jansen during the 2024 season. I'm sure you guys remember all the details when it comes to that. Quint Beastwood still coaching himself. It seems like he's doing a very good job so far. Like I said, look at that balance from top to bottom, you guys. It is definitely improved. Could he still use more size in the quads? I think absolutely. But this does look to be very, very much improved for Quint Beastwood. Now, the question being, can he win the Tampa Pro? Well, you know, we've actually got some other competitors coming in that will be able to challenge him from a size standpoint. Morgan McDonald looks absolutely massive right now, another Canadian bodybuilder. Robin Strand, same thing, absolutely massive, and very good balance from top to bottom for Robin as well. But when it comes to that very aesthetic look, you know, that flow that really is being rewarded in bodybuilding these days in the open, I think Quint Beastwood is the contender right now to take home that win in Tampa. Patrick Moore competing in Tampa as well, but he will not be able to stand next to Quint Beastwood and really be able to challenge him from a size standpoint. Justin Shier, I don't think will be able to challenge him from a size standpoint. Well, look, he definitely won't be able to challenge him from a size standpoint. So as of right now, my money is on Quint Beastwood to take home the win at the Tampa Pro. But you guys let me know what you think about that in the comments below. And let me know if Quint Beastwood does get his Olympia qualification, if he finally makes his way to the Olympia, where does this guy place when it comes to the standings on the biggest stage in bodybuilding in the world? I really don't know right now where he could possibly place on that Olympia stage. I think once I see him on stage in Tampa, then we can have a very good idea on not just the overall improvements that he's made when it comes to standing on stage, but I think we'll also be able to see just how this guy can do when it comes to peaking himself. I know that Dorian Hamilton has been one person that has given him some advice when it comes to those final weeks of prep, but for the most part, Quint Beastwood has been doing it himself. So we will see how Quint Beastwood can bring himself into the Tampa Pro, if he can make it to the Olympia stage, and where he'll place in that lineup. Top 10? We'll have to see. Hard to say right now. But look, I'm going to wrap up the video right here. Check out BayouMuscles.com. Use code EP10 at checkout. Appreciate all you guys supporting the channel thus far. But that's it for me in this video, you guys. As always, thank you guys for tuning in to EP09. Be sure to like and subscribe.